Welcome to the Auction Block Podcast, straight talk from the block. Welcome your host, Garrett Riles and Benjamin Bishop.
Welcome to the Auction Block. This is your host, Garrett Riles, and I'm here today with
Benjamin Bishop, and it's good to be back in studio, and here we are.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We've been super busy the past few weeks, but trying to close out from the last auction. Everything's going pretty good there, and we pretty much got that finalized and done, so we'll be back more regularly, hopefully.
Hopefully so. Kind of caught a break in the rain and was able to get some work done, and that makes life a little easier when it's not just constantly raining, especially when you're involved with moving equipment around and that sort of thing.
I think that was the first full week of no rain in a while. It rained 1.5 inches last night, but looks like it's going to be dry again for the next coming up week, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully so. So
I heard you just got your auction license.
we're trying to keep that a secret. Everything finally all come together. Got my license in the mail, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is good. Where'd you go to? You went to Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville Auction School. Highly recommend Nashville Auction School. That staff there, that crew, top notch, 100% from top to bottom. Highly recommend if you're interested in becoming an auctioneer and going to auction school. Look up Nashville Auction School. Those guys there will treat you right. They'll give you everything they've got plus some. So I highly recommend going to Nashville Auction School.
That's where I went. We went, and when I went, it was, I don't know, 2021 maybe now. Yeah. I think was the year I went, and Wendell Hansen was the instructor. He owned the company, and Shane was a instructor there. And I often call Wendell. I said, "Man, Wendell, I've been to Ole Miss and ICC and all through high school, and I think that was the best school I've ever been to."
Yeah, which Shane and Jason own it now.
Yeah, and
man, both those guys are phenomenal. They're top notch in the industry, and man, they have connections all over the world.
Yeah.
And that was something that they bring to the table that I think kind of sets them above the bar. Is you don't just get taught from Jason and Shane, but they have such a vast reach and bring in these guys from all over the country to help educate you in the auction industry.
Yeah, and they know a lot about it, and they teach you, and you leave there knowing a lot more than you did.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I didn't realize
that Betty Botter was a thing.
Yeah, that Betty Botter was going to be my worst nightmare. No, that wasn't too bad.
No.
But I didn't realize all the different avenues of the auction industry.
Yeah.
You just especially here in the South, you're pretty accustomed to the cattle and horse auction and the small livestock and car auctions and equipment auctions, and there's the occasional estate auction every now and then or whatever, but man, there's so many other auctions out there, and so that was enlightening to learn of those as well.
There's some places in the country where auctions are like a weekly thing. I mean, there's estate auctions all over, and real estate auctions that are happening quite regularly. Down here, you don't get that as much.
Yeah.
Get up in the Midwest and Kentucky and Indiana and Illinois and places like that, and that's a common thing.
That's right. Yeah, it's everyday business for them, whereas around here it's more of a monthly or an annual kind of thing around here.
Yeah. You're lucky to find a real estate auction around here. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of them, but especially on like farmland and stuff like that. But up there, it's pretty common.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your most favorite part of the whole week of school? 2 weeks of school.
Ooh, man,
Lunch break.
Yeah. You know me and food. No, I'm gonna say one of my favorite parts was the networking.
Yeah.
Getting to know a lot of up and coming auctioneers from across the country. That was one of the things I enjoyed, was getting to meet a guy from Ohio, a guy from Georgia, a guy from Kentucky, and there was a guy from Alaska there.
Really?
Yeah. And so getting to meet all these different individuals, and each one was, going in different avenues, you
Yeah.
know. And so it was,
What the guy from Alaska? What was his plans?
he was already working with a pretty big outfit there in Alaska. And I think they do just kind of your, knickknacks,
Yeah.
antiques, and, just kind of odd and end stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, that was one of the things I enjoyed, was being able to come together and network with, or build a network with people from all across the country. There was a young guy there working with an equipment company over in Georgia. So now I've got that connection for us, that
Yeah.
we can kind of bounce some ideas off of him, and some of the ideas they may be working or that didn't work for them may work for us,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So, yeah, couldn't recommend Nashville Auction School anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
it is top notch from top to bottom.
What about was your when I went? It was 1 week of class, 1 week online. How was yours?
So I kind of jumped on board last minute, like the weekend before they kicked off, and so I was going to do it strictly online. I had the option to do it strictly online, and so I did a couple of days online, and then made arrangements to run up to Nashville and spend the last week.
Yeah.
In class, in person, and I highly recommend, if at all possible, to do it in person.
Oh yeah. We went in person the first week, and then they sent us home, and then the next week it was all online, and it was kind of boring after that. I had fun
hard.
being there.
Yeah, it's hard to get engrossed in it online. Whereas there's just like with an auction, there's an atmosphere there in the class, and so that adds a lot to it. But yeah, highly recommend Nashville Auction School.
Did y'all get to do a sale?
Yeah. So the last day before we or after we took our test, they had a benefit sale, and so that was cool. Everybody brought a couple items from their hometown, and we auctioned them off to each other. So that was fun.
We didn't get to do that. It was right there during COVID time, so they had done it before, and then COVID hit, and I think they kind of canceled the live sale.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to do that, but I was really looking forward to it. I was like, dang.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, and it gave us that real live experience.
Get to practice what you learned all week.
Yeah.
Or put it to use anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You catch yourself riding down the road selling.
Oh yeah,
chanting.
Yeah, doing selling light poles, mailboxes, cars.
Hey, I found a new one. It's pretty good.
What's that?
Set at the gas pump. Every time it goes up $5 or $10.
I got you.
Yeah, $5 gonna be $5, $10. Now I got $10. You bet $15.
Yeah,
that's pretty good practice.
Yeah, and depending on gas pumps, it would
you might have a slow and you might have a fast one.
Yeah, it'll fluctuate, on that.
If it's slow, you got to go down to like the 2.5s.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, it was real interesting, I was pretty confident. I knew how to count and I knew how to breathe. I've been doing it my whole life. But when you get up there in front of some peers and you start counting and breathing at the same time, it's like, how have I been doing this my whole life? It's like you forget how to count and how to breathe. And I'm like, man, I've been doing it for 30 something years. Like it shouldn't be this hard, but
I'm
it
better
is.
at breathing than I am counting.
Are you? And so, it takes a little, I'd say it takes a lot of practice, getting your breathing and that counting, to a science, and I'm still nowhere.
I think there's
there.
always room to improve. You listen to some of these other auctioneers on the online sales or go to sales, and you listen to those guys that've been doing it for a while, and you're like, man, I want to sound like that. I want to do that.
Yeah, there's some guys that are just, man, they're just so smooth. I mean, they're just so it's clean, it's crisp, it's smooth, and it's just like,
and
wow.
After going to auctioneer school and then being an auctioneer, you listen. You don't just go listen. Oh, he's at $10 now. He's at $15. You're trying to figure out what is he saying between those.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what his chin is, and like you said, some of those veterans out there, they don't have no fillers. Like I mean, they're just straight numbers, and it's that smooth, that they don't have to use any kind of fillers. And then you've got some guys that are like that, but their fillers are so smooth that you can't even
tell what it is.
You can't even tell what it is,
Then it's kind of interesting. You will catch on to what one of them's saying, and then you try to use it, and it won't really work for you.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's one of mine. A little bit.
Yeah, and that was interesting too. They had a guy come in. I cannot recall his name right now. But he lives close to Nashville there, and he's actually a pastor there, and he was really good at helping each student figure out what filler words work best for them.
Yeah.
Like he had that niche, he had that ear that he could hear somebody starting their chant and using their filler words, and then he would say, okay, try this, and it would be a lot easier and smoother for that student.
Yeah.
And so that was most helpful there, because you like you said, when you start into this and you get the idea, and so you start building a chant, and you start building some filler words and that kind of stuff, and you think it sounds good and you think it's easy, and you're going through it, but you get to some increments in the numbers, and it's like, boy, I'm stumbling there.
Yeah.
And then somebody like him that's been in it for years, and he's got an ear and got a knack for it, and he's like, okay, swap these words for these words, and then it's just like,
flows off the tongue.
Yes, flows a lot better.
What'd you come up with? What was one of your favorite filler words?
Bid it now.
Bid it now. Bid it
Yeah.
now. One.
Yeah.
I like what is mine? Wanna bid one.
Wanna
You
bid.
two. And
Yeah.
bid one, bid two.
I tried several different ones. But bid it at kind of.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Kind of flowed with me, was a lot easier for me.
I guess our next sale is going to be August 23rd.
August 23rd.
Ashland, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We're taking consignments that week. We're taking pictures now, getting ready to advertise. So if you've got something you want to bring, keep that in mind. August 23rd, Ashland will be our next sale for Riles Auction. So if we can help you, if you've got something you want to sell, go ahead and give us a call now. Get in for the early advertisement. We're going to start just right after the 4th and get the ball rolling on that. So that's coming up. That's going to be a fun time. It's always a good sale. That was our first sale ever on our own, was Ashland. Yep.
Yeah.
We got out of auction school and got all our stuff together, and a little bit nervous, but we dove in. Ashland 2 years ago was our first sale.
Awesome. So
Yep.
we're at the 2-year reunion, huh? 2-year anniversary.
This will be the third one.
Third year.
Yep. This will be the third year on our own. This will be the 5th year of having a sale there. We worked with another company for the first 2 years, but this year will be the 5th year of the sale, and the third year of it being Riles Auction Sale.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's quite an achievement there.
Yeah. We're looking forward to that one. That's always a fun, good, hot day.
Yeah, August 23rd. They're going to say there's probably a chance for rain.
If we're having an auction, there's always a good chance of rain.
It's just something about
the past two sales. It's rain.
Yeah.
Not just rained. It rained.
and it being late August, we'll probably be due for a rain, so won't nobody be complaining about that. But
second year we had the sale there, rained over an inch in like 15 minutes. It was just, you couldn't even see the equipment you were bidding on.
Oh man, we had one of those downpours the last sale.
Yeah, and the sale before that.
Everybody had to jump into a tractor or side by side.
But the sale before that, but this past sale, it got pretty bad. We had to pause the sale.
Yeah, there was
lightning, blew all our tents away.
Lightning all over the place.
Rain was horrible.
But yeah, there was something that just really jumped out. I say jumped out, it kind of stuck with me that I didn't really just put a whole lot of thought into before, but that was the importance of ringmen.
Oh yeah, they're very important.
You go to sales and you see the ringmen doing their job or whatever, and you don't really think a whole lot about them as an outsider. You just think they're a guy that waves their hands and yelps. But at auction school you learn that the ringman is your liaison. They're the guys that are sitting there making the deals happen. If you're up on the block auctioneer and you can't be down there in the buyer's ear. Yeah. Kind of talking them into or giving them some more details about the item up for sale, or kind of helping them weigh the pros and cons of it, or letting them know where the market value is on it. But that's the job of the ringman. Yeah. They're the ones that are down there really making the deal happen. And so that was pretty enlightening there to realize, how much work the ringmen actually put into the sale and what they bring to the sale. They're not just there, from an outsider, they kind of have the persona as a rodeo clown. Yeah. You don't really ever think of what their job really is. They're just there causing a scene. Yeah. But like the rodeo clown, they've got a very important job, and and so they're there making the deals happen. They're closing the deals with the buyers during the auction.
And they help a lot of times people that first time auction goers, they don't know what's he saying. I can't tell where he's at. They're there to help you, and they do a really good. A good one is very important.
Yeah, for sure. This last sale, there was a guy there that was kind of on the fence about one of the Tracos or whatever, and I kind of coached him through it, and I'm like, man, that's still below market value right there. And he went ahead and pulled the trigger on it and ended up with a nice Traco for it right below market value, retail value anyway. Yeah. And so he was happy, and I think the seller was happy too, or else it wouldn't have sold.
One of the ones that sticks out to me as an important job is the clerk. That yeah, I didn't realize. I went to auction school and I didn't realize that was really that important. I thought you just sat up there and
chicken scratch,
wrote down what he said. But you really got to be paying attention, especially when you get a fast auctioneer going and he gets on a roll.
And two, with everything that is as advanced as it is, clerking with online auctions. Yeah. You don't have just the crowd to keep track of. You've got your online platform, and I know with us we've got 2 online platforms. Mm-hmm. And so the clerks really got to keep their head on a swivel.
If you're listening to this podcast, do me a favor, put in the comments what your favorite online auction platform is. Proxy Bid, Equipment Facts, a white label bid rouse auctions, whoever the auction company may be, if you like using their personal platform, or if you like using Equipment Facts, Proxy Bid, leave a comment in the comments below of what your favorite online platform is. I want to see what the majority of people are doing or what they're leaning towards. And I know with our online platform, it'll save you a little money versus Proxy Bid or Equipment Facts. But I want to see. I know when I was first getting started into buying and selling equipment, I was a Proxy Bid man. I loved it on there, but it seems like it's kind of phasing, and Equipment Facts is coming along, and now it seems like there's more white labels coming along.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of got their own preference, and I dare say that a lot of your
and I'm sure there's other ones for other industries, but for the equipment industry, that's the
main ones. Yeah, there's I'm gonna say everybody's probably got their own preference. That they've built some kind of relations with their customer service or that kind of deal. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what our listeners, what our viewers, what our buyers prefer, and that'll kind of help us to know which way to go, or we may be using a platform that nobody likes at all, and it may need to swap some things up or something.
Well, I just want to see just to hear what other people are thinking, but leave us a comment. Let us know what your preferred platform is, and maybe even give us a little snippet of why you prefer that platform. You may be okay with paying whatever it is, but they may offer something that outweighs what the cost is. So let us kind of let us know what it is why you prefer that platform, or if it's just loyalty. You started with them and it's worked, and kind of give us a little idea of which platform works best for you and why. We'd be interesting to see what comes of that. It's kind of weird. I started out with Proxy Bid and using, that's back in the day they had everything on there, but now it's kind of not. It's phasing more over toward Equipment Facts, and I don't know. I just want to see how many of them are sticking with that company or this company, or why and what they want, because I want to make sure we're offering our equipment where you want to be to bid. So leave us a comment and let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
August 23rd, Ashland, Mississippi. Next sale.
After that'll be November.
All right. So if you're gonna get some summer equipment sold, August is the time to do it.
Yep.
Where's this going to be in Ashland? Is it going to be
at the Benton County Fairgrounds?
Benton County Fairgrounds, August 23rd, Ashland, Mississippi. Is going to be another big sale. We always have a big sale. Y'all know
we hope.
I'm pretty sure it's inevitable. I mean, we always have a bunch of pieces. So
I don't want to sound cocky because it might be 10 show up this time. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed and keep our nose to the grindstone and try to get as much there as we can and get it out there to as many people as we can to have hopefully a good turnout. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, that's always a good sale, and it'll be something good to get off the yard and go somewhere new for a few weeks, and it'll be fun.
Be a little different layout, a little different scenery.
Yeah.
But August 23rd, Ashland, Mississippi, Benton County Fairgrounds.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good time. Food truck will be there, I'm assuming.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he will be there.
Man, he's phenomenal. He's got some really good food.
Yeah.
You see, Garrett, not everybody just likes to buy equipment. Some people just like to come listen to the auction and eat a good meal, so
that's good with me, I guess.
Yeah. and who knows, they may look up and decide they want to buy something. So
yeah.
You can't ever tell. You got to get people there by the food. That's
that's encouraging.
That's the key there.
Huh.
Especially Southerners. We love to eat.
I never get to eat on auction day.
Yeah.
Asa left me a hamburger last time. I got to eat it about 6:30 that evening.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can talk to the boss and see if we can't get you a break somewhere in there.
We'll talk to the higher up, see if they'll let us have a lunch break.
Yeah.
15 minutes at least.
Yeah. But anyway, August 23rd, Ashland, Mississippi. So like Garrett said, we're already starting to get some stuff advertised. If you've got some equipment that you're you're considering, or you're already made your mind up that you need to move it or want to move it, reach out to us right now, because now's the time to get it advertised. And you call us, we can go ahead and tell you for certain, the sooner it's advertised, the better money it'll bring.
Oh yeah.
Because the sooner we can get pictures and videos of it posted, the more people across the world, not just nation. We've been moving equipment across the world.
Yeah.
And so the sooner we can get it, the sooner we can get it advertised, the better chances of it bringing top dollar. The probability of that is a lot higher. So if you've got equipment and you're wanting to move it come August, let us know. Reach out to us, and we will do the work. We'll put our nose to the grind and get it advertised. We'll get the pictures, we'll get the videos, and we'll get it distributed across the globe via internet and get you top dollar for it.
I know you're adamant about eating. I hate to keep bringing that up, but what are we cooking for 4th of July?
4th of July. We usually do a big grill. We usually do a big cookout there at the house. But we're doing something different this year. We're going to go to a Memphis Redbirds game and enjoy just good old baseball. And they've got a big firework display at the end of the game. So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything more American than watching baseball and eating a hot dog in the stand and shooting fireworks. I mean, how do you not get any more American than that there? Yeah. So it's this year's a little different, a little more laid back, and not so much of the hustle and bustle of I'm usually the grill man at the house. For the whole family, I'm usually the one operating the grill, and then I'm usually the one lighting the fireworks. So,
they're working you to death.
Yeah. So this year is going to kind of be a vacation for me. So, but no, typical 4th of July grill would be some pattied out hamburgers, some sausage links, and some pork tenderloin strips, and we usually have a smorgasbord when we
have a throwdown over there.
We do. But this year we're just going to kind of take it easy and go to the Redbirds and enjoy some minor league baseball and some good fireworks.
That'll be fun. That will be fun. Everybody have a 4th of July. We hope y'all all have a safe and great weekend and week ahead. And if you need anything, give us a call. My number is 662-274-4708. We will come to your barbecues if you invite us to come and eat your ribs, or Boston butts, or whatever you might, hamburgers, whatever you're cooking for the 4th. If you want to call that number and invite us, we will come. If you want to call that number and tell us you've got a piece of equipment, we will come get pictures of it and get it advertised in the sale. And we hope everybody has a happy 4th of July and good week. And like I said, if you need us, give us a call.